I think it's safe to say that it's never a good idea to travel with Tom Hanks. The dude has some serious bad luck. Sully is directed by Clint Eastwood and stars Tom Hanks, and this movie tells the story of Chelsea Sullenberger, who in 2009 became an instant hero after landing his plane on the water in the Hudson River and saving all 155 passengers on board. I remember very vividly this plane crash landing in the water. I remember Sully being thought of as this hero, and it was like a pretty big deal. But what you don't hear about is the fact that there was a huge investigation afterwards, and they were asking, should he have landed this plane in the water? Could he have made it to the landing strip? Like, did he make the right call? And for the most part, that aspect takes up the majority of this film. Now, going into this movie, honestly, the thing that I was worried about was Clint Eastwood. His movies are really hit and miss for me. For example, he has movies that I really like Gran Torino, Changeling, Million Dollar Baby. Then he has some movies that I don't really like Hereafter, Jersey Boys, J. Edgar. Now thankfully Sully does fall in the better half of Clint Eastwood's filmography because I really enjoyed this movie. Now I think it goes without saying that if Tom Hanks is in your movie, he's gonna deliver because the guy's honestly one of the best actors of all time, in my opinion. But what's so great about Tom Hanks is he doesn't have these performances where he has a lot of Oscar clips. And what I mean by that is, you know when somebody gets nominated and before they give out the award, they show everyone who was nominated and they show a little bit of clips from the movie to kind of show what their performance was in that film. Usually it's very dramatic, there's usually yelling or crying, it's usually the most dramatic moment in that movie. And it's usually a scene where they get to flex their acting muscles more. And yeah, Tom Hanks never does that in his movies, which is great. He doesn't need to be flashy, he doesn't need to say, hey everyone, look, I'm an actor! He blends into this role very well and it kind of just disappears to where you don't even really see Tom Hanks, you just see Sully. And he isn't the only one that gives a good performance. Aaron Eckhart plays Sully's co-pilot and he was really likable and was someone that you actually cared about. And the dude probably had the best mustache of 2016. Look at this thing. It looks like a tiny sweater on his face. Something that I actually really liked about this movie is it doesn't try to over-dramatize anything. It plays it really straight and it tells the story how it actually happened. For example, the plane crash in this movie is outstanding. Honestly, this sequence might be one of my favorite scenes of 2016. It is so intense. And Clint Eastwood did a great job of directing this scene. Nothing about this sequence seemed Hollywoodized. They don't try to beef up anything. And this sequence is very emotional, especially since this is the 15th anniversary of September 11th. There's some really hard-hitting imagery and dialogue that references 9/11, and it was just very impactful. As far as negatives go, the only problem I had with this movie is the way that it was edited together. This story is told in a non-linear way, and at times it's very jarring. I was never confused, I knew what was going on, it's just the fact that when you're trying to get into the scene, a very suspenseful, very intense scene like the plane crash, it's very abrupt when you just cut the scene in half and then cut to Sully in his hotel room talking to his wife. It kind of just stops the scene dead in its tracks, and I was like, whoa, go back to the plane, come on. And I think Clint Eastwood was concerned that if you start the movie off with its highest point of suspense, the rest of its movie would drag. And if he is thinking that, I strongly disagree. For example, in the scenes following the plane crash, I never felt as if it slowed down at all. I was still just as engaged as I was before. And also, Room, which came out last year, has the most intense scene towards the beginning of that movie, and the rest of the film doesn't drag on at all. In fact, it got nominated for Best Picture. So I do understand if he was concerned that the beginning being so suspenseful and so intense would then have the rest of the movie seem less intense and have it kind of drag. I just disagree, and I don't think it was really the right move to tell the story in a non-linear way. All in all, I really did like this movie. Tom Hanks is excellent as usual. It tells a great, accurate story of a real-life hero, but unfortunately it does stumble along the way when it tries to tell its story non-linearly. I wouldn't be surprised if this movie does get nominated for Best Picture. Because American Sniper also got nominated, I don't think that it deserves a nomination, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did get one because this movie has the Academy's name written all over it. Thank you guys for watching today. I hope you liked today's video, and if you did, click on the link down below and subscribe to my channel to see more movie reviews and movie related things. And guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.